Sexism in media. Sexism in One of Hollywood's many controversies is its accused prevalence of sexism throughout the years. However, how has sexism affected Hollywood and its actors? The Humble Beginnings of Hollywood. The Humble Beginnings of Hollywood. Hollywood as we know it today started in Southern California in the 20th century. The first official movie studio to appear was in Sunset Boulevard, 1911. Hollywood as we know it today. Hollywood seemed like the perfect place to film, with its lovely weather, varied terrain. There is also freedom from Thomas Edison's movie patents on film devices. Hollywood seemed like the perfect. At the time during the 1910s, thousands of people were immigrating into the United States. Viewing films at the theater became so popular since silent films could be understood without any language barriers. In 1930, William H. Hayes put out his moral code that would regulate movie content. The Hayes Code set out to regulate morals in cinema in order to protect family and societal values. The Not So Shiny Golden Age. The predatory nature of Hollywood steadily creeped in with casting couches. For example, where young stars could get aspiring roles. Merriam-Webster defines a casting couch as a couch in which entertainment executive's office on which aspiring actresses are reputed to perform sexual acts in exchange for desired roles. While many involved in casting couches were female, there were also young stars in the mixes. The common practice of trading sexual favors was an open secret among higher-ups. One of the recorded instances of sexism and harassment happened to, at the time, 12-year-old Shirley Temple. Arthur Freed was one of the most powerful producers at the time when he exposed himself to a young Shirley. When she went to the press, she was ignored. The story of Judy Garland is one not only of sexism but child abuse. Her most prevalent role is that of Dorothy Gale. Judy had been given diet pills, had her meals restricted, was encouraged to smoke cigarettes in order to suppress hunger, and worked 18 hours, 6 days a week. Her co-star, Mickey Rooney, also started gaining weight, which displeased the higher-up staff. The weight possibly from various drugs given to the young stars to keep them on extreme working schedules. The unheard male victims, the stereotypes that harm everyone, and modern movements. At the age of 14, Anthony Rapp claimed that, at the time, 26-year-old Kevin Spacey had made advances on him. Anthony said that Spacey had put him on the bed and climbed on top of him. And Shia LaBeouf says, quote, "One woman who came with her boyfriend, who was outside the door when this happened, whipped my legs for 10 minutes and then stripped my clothing and proceeded to rape me," said LaBeouf. This was for a performance event where he had a bag over his head while he was in a chair. A toxic male stereotype, for example, are men who are not extremely muscular, typically playing sidekick or background roles. Another example is the male character gaining respect through violence and brute force alone with no decision based on character personality. Typically, female stereotypes feature the damsel in distress trope or the dumb blonde, for example. Marilyn Monroe was casted for many of the dumb blonde roles in particular. While other sexist portrayals are not as bold, such as women not having as many speaking parts or female superheroes having more sexualized outfits on average. The recent wave over Hollywood has been a call for racial and gender diversity. While this would be good as it would reflect society's view of acceptance and being aggressive, the hashtag MeToo movement started to gain immense popularity on social media in 2017, though originally started in the year 2006 by Tana Burke. The start of extreme political activism in Hollywood recently started with one of the social media hashtags, hashtag Oscars So White. The hashtag was created by April Rain in June 2015 after all 20 Oscar awards had gone and been awarded to white actors. Wikipedia shared the simplest definition of the Time's Up movement as, quote, a non-profit organization that raises money to support victims of sexual harassment. Gomez had been a well-known supporter of the Time's Up organization. However, working with Ellen Wood opened her up to critique about hypocrisy. In conclusion, Hollywood is trying to change. Hollywood started as conservative and creative, and transformed into a huge industry as it is today. While being incredibly popular, wildly criticized, and covered in controversy, Hollywood has definitely made history.